Questions. What a great group to come out here. Can you raise your hands who actually were dug in the fossil pit? Oh, there it is. There it is. What'd you think about it when you did it? You hung even.
I actually went when I was in school at Phillips Elementary School, and then we went to Fox Hill Road Baptist Church, so our youth group also went. And I remember the catfish. And if I remember correctly, one of those catfish would bite you if he wiggled your finger.
He used to feed them by hand. He'd take the bread over his hand and come up and eat the bread with his hand.
Yeah. So, and I was actually at church when your dad.
Thank you so much. Who else raised their hands? Any other thoughts about the fossil pit? Again, how many people dug in the fossil pit? I gotta tell you, what a story. What a story it is. But, I can share this with you. When we open the exhibit next week, we actually have a core sample that was dug a mile or so down into the bottom of the bay. We're getting it from the government, federal government in Washington. And apparently 350 million years ago, or 35 million years ago, an asteroid or comet came blasting through the atmosphere and crashed into the waterway here and went right down into the water. At that point, the shoreline, as I understand it, was about where Richmond is. That's why we have the fall line. And the water, when it hit, when the comet hit the water here, there was a plume of water that went 30 miles. I did not say 30 feet or 30 yards, but 30 miles into the water, into the air. And then crashed down. There was a tidal wave from here all the way to where Richmond was. And so this is the amazing power of the history of the formation of this place we call Hampton. And Rice's fossil pit helps tell that story. Do we have some more thoughts about Rice's fossil pit? Ma'am?
Jane, is there a reason, is the pit, or what was the pit at the time the water, you let the water go back in, is it dug out, so to speak? I'm curious as to why
it came in just the way you saw those pictures where it was dug out in levels. It just kept rising, so it's still in the levels along the side. Is that what you mean?
Well, I'm just wondering why, I'm wondering, does a fossil pit, get empty at some point of fossils? Why with such significant finds? Did someone not want to preserve it? I'm just curious, are there tons of fossil pits all over the world? Maybe other people
Like I said,
can
the
answer.
only two I know in this area was Zooks up in Yorktown, and like I said, the one he's mentioned since then, but they were the only two that we found. Because like I said, they said this was the slump hole in the ocean. It was very low, and that's why the animals, when they died, they would just settle to the bottom. So it was just like a vein that was going through the area.
So if you drain the water out, do you think there'd be more significant finds, or do you think this is, is it at the end
It
of
probably would, because like I said the other day, I took that daily press reporter, and as he walked along the water, he reached over and picked up some oyster shells and a couple of the turtles. So the shells are still right there along the shore where the water is.
Other questions? Other questions?
The film that was put back in over the last couple of years by Gloria Day, did that have much of an impact on?
Yeah. They probably covered the bottom with mud. I mean, there's no draining getting to it now. But after we stopped digging, a lot of it was filled with concrete to try to get a bank along the edge to keep the banks from caving in, and a lot of it was sludge all from Hampton Creek in there. So, the reason we closed it actually was the economy got bad, but like it is now, and none of the schools came, and it wasn't an income thing. Mom and Dad set up as an enjoyment type thing, and I was trying to make a living, and that wasn't enough money there to make a living, so we more or less